We're going to cover in this video the contact parts of report. First, when you have contacts, you have some additional widgets, one of which is the called waiting widget, which shows as a thermometer. So once you resize it into a thermometer style, you can now see as the number of waiting calls goes up, the temperature is rising. You also have the contact center wallboard widget. As you can see, we already have one on the screen. On this widget, you're able to set alarms on any of the tiles. You can set a threshold for above or below figures, and you're able to change weekend and weekday figures as well. What you first do is choose the colors you're going to flash from and to, and then also you're able to, at the same time a critical alarm is triggered, you're able to send an email and also play an audible WAV file. So as soon as you OK that and the threshold is met, you'll find, as you can see now, that the box will flash from one color to another, and also, if it has been requested, send an email and play an audible sound. So any of the tiles can be set to have alarms, whether they're waiting times, number of calls missed, or number of waiting calls. So any thresholds can be set. So now we've disabled that, we're able to carry on. So if you have logged in with your own extension number to look at things from a personal level, you're able to then have a look at the agent specific widgets, which include the following. You're able to look at your My Call Activity, My Call Summary, and My Hourly Call Traffic. The next widget you have as a supervisor is the Presence Management. What you're able to do with this is to see the status of the various personnel that are in the group that you're monitoring. So this could be an ACD group. What you're able to do is to change various settings in that group. So you can have call control, you can display various information about what those agents are doing at the moment, and you can change their status. So you can change them from being in a meeting to end of shift, to having come back from lunch and forgotten to change their status, to back available. You can look at different groups, and you can also display different information for those groups. For example, the amount of time they've been in their current status. You're also able to order by extension name or the extension number. We'll now have a look at the reports catalog, so you can see the contact center specific reports that are available. There are a couple of categories: analytics, and there are 3 areas in there. So there's agent analytics, so you can see each agent and the various information about those agents, how many calls they've taken, how many outbound, how many inbound, how long they've been on the phone. We also are able to then see contact center modeling, but first we'll show the UCD group view. This is now just showing us the current status of our agents within the groups that they belong to. So you will see that there are several agents that belong to multiple groups, but they may have a different status in different groups at different times. You're able to change the view to stretch so you can see all of the agents in a row, or you can have them in columns as well. So with the group view widget, you're able to see the status of your agents if they belong to multiple groups, and the different statuses they are in those particular groups. The next thing we'll look at now is the contact center modeling. Now with this widget, you're able to model all of your calls and your agents to make sure that you are hitting your SLAs. So you may have a service level to hit with a certain call handling time, and then if we look at a particular hour, based around the settings that you have and the targets you've got, you will be able to see how many agents you actually needed to have available in that particular hour time slot. What you can see also, if you had fewer, what it would do to what effect it would have, and if you had more, how much of an improvement you'd see in your SLAs. You can then also adjust the number of calls to see what effect would be if you increase the number of calls or in fact reduce the number of calls. Depending on how many agents you have, obviously this will affect the average speed of answer of the calls. So you can then see the different levels you need to make sure you've got the right number of people. You're also able to filter before you apply the report. So you can change the number of agents you have, restrict for the DDIs that you're looking at, so you can have a campaign so you only look at certain DDIs. You can also look at the different days and different time. So once you reapply it, you'll get the fresh lot of information in front of you, and you can see how many people you would need. As with the report product, you're able to create your own custom widgets based out of the reports that you're looking at. So if one of the widgets that's already predefined isn't appropriate, you can create a new one which will give you exactly the information that you're after. Now we'll move on to the reporting part of Contact, and in the reporting section you'll see there are multiple reports available. As an example, we have call statistics by ACD group. So this will give you the individual groups that you have, and then the summary information around those groups and how they've performed today, or if you change it for a particular range. So again, as we see, we can create a widget from that, from either the summary or the detailed information, and in fact also from the charted information. So if we look back at the details, we can create a new widget, choose what information we want to show, and then also give it a new name and a refresh rate. Choose whether you want it as a wallboard or as a table view, create the widget, and then we have a new widget based on different information. We are also able to print and save and email these reports, so we can send to one or many people with a subject and a message. We can choose the format we want to send the output in, and then send now or schedule the report to be run and delivered and saved into a folder at predetermined times. As you can see, there are a large number of agent-based reports, from availability to punctuality, detailed and summary status, and agent available information. So you're able to run a report to see how available or unavailable your agents are and how long they have been unavailable for during the day. Punctuality reporting allows you to see, based on the first status change of the day, what time people started and whether they were late or early. This one, as with other reports, are often used as part of performance management for businesses. Finally, if you've added the dialer module to the Contact product, then you will see the corresponding reports showing analysis and results in summary and by agent and by group. That's the end of the Contact video. Thank you very much for watching.